What's going on, people, and welcome to the very first episode of Better Said Than Read, my podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Keller, and today, for the very first episode, I got a special friend of mine, Giovanni, known as Gio. You can call him. Me and Gio's been friends for, a long time. Let's just say that. We're going to our senior year of high school. We've been friends since middle school, so it's definitely been a ride.
Going to our senior year now.
Yeah, and so today we're gonna just kind of, talk better said than read. The whole purpose of this podcast is really just to influence people to have more face-to-face conversations. I know we do a lot of things mobile, we do text, we call, but when you really sit down and have a face-to-face conversation, I think it really just brings so much more. And so that's what we're doing today. So we're gonna talk about future plans, what's next, going to our senior year, so I think about colleges, schools, what you want to go into. So the realm, very big. But just starting off, Gio, introduce yourself to the people. Like, let them know what you're about.
Well, I'm Giovanni Gasca. They call me Gio, as you didn't already know. So I was born in Texas. Just a little background. I was born in Texas, kind of rich and leaf a little bit. I moved to Florida, Fort Lauderdale, when I was about 5, 6. Came back 8th grade, so about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago, that's really when me and Cam met, and ever since then it's just been like that.
Yeah.
But I do photography. I'm a photographer. I'm a big creator. I love art. I love music. So and my like what I do for our friend group, for our whole friend group, we have a friend group. I kind of bring the pictures, the videos, the fashion.
Hello.
Yeah.
Fashion may be a little bit pushy.
Oh, come on.
But yeah, me and Gio have been friends for, like I said, a long time. We met, like you said, 7th, 8th grade. So this is like the peak of COVID. Just moved back from Florida, so we really ain't know nobody. We went to Albright, and I never forget, we had an 8th grade class together, a math class. I met her in Miss Davis's class. Now, she's a great teacher. She's a teacher. He had that one dude in the class that used to do some interesting stuff, but he was he was cool though. But so we met, and I think when I realized me and Gio was gonna be good friends, just doing the math test. This is like going into the second semester of the school year. This is the the final semester of the first semester, and during COVID, there's a lot of ways to access answers, I say.
Oh yeah.
So me and Gio created a way that will remain undiscussed for the sake of school.
Right.
But so I think like when that happened, man, I just realized me and him would be really good friends. We relate to a lot of stuff. And so and so
a lot of trolling on there too. We just joke around.
Yeah. It was listen, that class had so many memories just from like the type of teacher that we had, just from who we were.
Yeah.
We sat at the back of the class, and so like we used to be engaged, but you can only be engaged so much because we used to do our own little thing back there. But our teacher loved us though, and if you've seen Miss Dale since you were an amazing teacher, like
you may not remember us, but
you remember us. You remember us because we.
I went to Albright. I said, "What's this?" That'd be crazy, but I'm like, yo, I'm hard, bro.
But yeah, she was a great teacher though, man. So to start, man, I mean, what are you excited for senior year? Like, we're going to our senior year, and like it's crazy, y'all, because like time is flown.
Time is fast.
It's just like we were 8th graders and now we're seniors. Like, I don't know. People always say like, oh, high school's gonna go by a blink of the eye.
You don't believe it.
And you don't believe it until it's happening. Like, I'm like, bro, we were literally just freshmen walking down the hallways of Taylor High School, didn't know what was going on, kind of just now trying to adjust to a new high school, new people, new faces. Like,
and if you're watching this and you're not even in high school yet, please believe and do most of what you can.
Man, because it's gonna fly.
It's gonna fly.
Like, if you're upcoming freshman, or even 7th, 8th grade, like, guys, you got to take advantage of this time right now, because when you get to high school, the freshman year is gonna probably be your best year, because it's like you ain't really serious about nothing yet. I mean, some people may have a goal in mind, but like a lot of kids do a lot of exploring that freshman year. But then like you get into your sophomore year, and then that junior year, especially like where you locked in that whole year with classes, extracurricular, like you really figure out what you're gonna do that junior year. And the senior year is supposed to kind of be attacking that goal, but high school is going to fly. And like for us, it's flown. Like I got some good memories in high school, but man, it feels like it just. I woke up and now. Come August, I'll be a senior. Like, I'm class 25. I'll be graduating this year. Like,
that's crazy.
It is crazy to see, man.
But really, what I look forward to doing in high senior year, because I've been thinking about it a lot. And I'm going into what's called the CTE Center. Elite has the CTE Center. You know the
Right,
CTE
yeah.
Center. That's where they have all the camera stuff, a whole bunch of specific learning topics. They have automotive, a whole bunch of stuff. So I can't wait to go in there and really work on my craft. Because after senior year, hopefully I get to work myself into being a director. I love photography, but the audio video class that I joined in Taylor has really helped me develop a love for film.
Right, that's valid, man. I think I always tell them like photography is very special, like because it's so subjective and like what you take pictures of is truly just unique because it's just yours. Right. Like some people just find like pictures of the sky just like
which may look good,
which it is right, but like you may have somebody that's taking pictures of that. Somebody else is made more into like
portraits,
right? And so I think like photography is one of those lanes that's super just strictly yours. Like you can 100% authentically be yourself in there. And so I think like that's important to really focus on. I think we don't have a lot of people now in this generation that want to do something different. Yeah. And I think it's more so because they're afraid of like what's going to be looked at by society. Yeah, definitely. And I definitely think it's a struggle sometimes because it's like you want to step out into your comfort zone, but you almost don't want to overstep and make everybody else uncomfortable.
I also think that too many people try to be different in the sense that like when too many people start trying to be different, they all end up being the same.
Right, because everybody's different is almost it's like
you're trying too hard. It's not very genuine.
You gotta really just find like a happy median, between like who you are and what you want to accomplish in life. Like there's a fine line between being yourself and then trying to be somebody else. And I think everybody has bits and pieces of other people, but at the end of the day,
no wrong with inspiration.
Right. End of the day, you are yourself, and I think photography is definitely a way to show that. I know for myself, like I've always wanted to be a teacher, with all the stereotypes of teachers, with all the negatives of what teachers do. I think I've always wanted to be a teacher, and I always want to have that impact on kids around me, on teachers around me, on people around me, just because that's who I am. I think sometimes that's overlooked as a person because you don't want to be so different or so unique that it's being looked at as weird. But honestly, though, it's kind of cool to be weird. It's cool to be different because I think that really sets you apart from everybody else.
If you embrace it. Now, there's many people that are different, but don't realize that it's not a bad thing because obviously they get fooled on so much.
So that's a little bit. So you definitely want to lock in photography here.
Yeah, definitely.
So we expect to see you at the games taking pictures. We see you doing prom photography.
That's more on the business aspect of things. Like the way I want to make money, sure. Do a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm more on the freelance type of thing, which is a lot harder to get big on. Like there's not many.
Like explain to me what that is. Like freelance photography. What does it look
just
like?
More of the art stuff, I guess. It's not. There's no date on it. Like it's not an event. You don't have to go anywhere.
Right. Like kind of like you just feel like picking the camera up. And you
right. You just go out and do whatever you want. Right. And also, I have a lot of stuff coming up this year. I'm trying to make the most of it now. Hopefully, I join Taffy.
If y'all don't know, Taffy is literally the best club at Edgewater High School. Any high school you can get. Hold on, not to do an ad promo because I'm not sponsored by Taffy yet. But listen, if y'all don't know, like Taffy is probably the best club to join at a school or to have at a school. Like the way it can open up doors for other pathways is just amazing. Like we have people in our pathway who want to be teachers, and then some kids are in Taffy, they don't even want to teach, but it's just like the energy and the spirit and like just that room of a Taffy, like that chapter, just listen. This guy wants to go in photography and he wants to join the club about education and teaching. So that should tell you enough. Like what we talking about, that should tell you enough right there. So you should definitely invest in Taffy chapter.
I might join, to be the cameraman.
Right, like because there's so many different pathways you can take in Taffy, and like if you don't have a chapter at your school, definitely create one. Because I know I have a few educators watching this video, and y'all should definitely create one. Like, why wouldn't you? There's no wrong. You can do no wrong with creating a Taffy chapter. You're gonna need a sponsor, a dedicated sponsor. But the kid's gonna come. Like, it's gonna be the best thing you ever did. Next thing I want to kind of jump into is fashion. So he mentioned earlier that he's the fashion guru of our group, which not sure where that comes from.
Oh wow!
But I give him a little bit of credit. I think like my friends, we always say like when there's when you think of just like colors that nobody would wear, we think of Gio and we'd be like, oh, Gio can pull it off. So like a bright orange or dark red, like there's so many different colors that we think Gio can pull off. And sometimes we'll go to stores and be like, dang, Gio will wear this. He will wear this. And I mean, like, he got a little bit of fashion in him, just a little bit. Can't give him too much. He can get too cocky, but just a little bit. But I mean, like, what has fashion done for you? Like, just like photography, it's subjective, and then fashion is super subjective. Super, like, it's truly yours. So, like, what is fashion? What's the connection you can make with fashion between, fashion for yourself, fashion for others, and like, how does that make you feel being able to rock your own style, have your own, like, just, style or swagger? Like, what does that do for you?
Well, actually, believe it or not, it's done a lot. Because growing up, I was very unconscious. Like, I was so doubtful of myself. I know. So being able to get in the lane of clothes is a different way to look at yourself. Like, you able to express more how you feel. And a lot of people say, like, it's a good way to expressing your feelings, but it is. And I think now a lot of the fashion has lost, like, a lot of color. Because a lot of it now, it's more the opium stuff, all black, all, what I'm saying? It's more like on the
solid
emo
colors,
spectrum of it. But I think people start to lose the color of life. That's why I love wearing color so much and color combinations. Because even then, like at school, you pop out. You pop out. People notice you. Oh, you wearing bright green. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's valid. If y'all don't know, like, y'all don't go to school with Gio, but Gio walks around with a mustard yellow backpack. I've never, and I mind you, I've been in high school for 5 to 4 years now. Never seen anybody with that kind of color. I've seen the pinks. And even the pink is kind of like more of an undertone.
Yeah.
Like I've seen the blacks, the blues, the reds,
the regulars,
but a mustard yellow backpack, walking around full of got your notebooks up in there, the Chromebook charger up in there, and he's rocking. So like, man, that's actually something, That's something.
I'm sorry.
Hey, that's hilarious. Yeah, a mustard green yellow is I don't know, like, we just think he's the only one that can pull it off. Like, I can never see myself, like, I've kind of stepped into colors, and that's kind of.
I've been trying to get him there.
I've stepped into a lot more colors, but I think, like, just personally, like, I'm such a simple kind of guy. Like, I like plain colors. I don't like too much on it. But I mean, fashion is very subjective. So this is kind of, add a little spice. What do you think about people that's rocking fashion now? Like, what do you think about the whole, like, oversized tees and, like, the biker jeans? Like, yeah. So, like, how do you feel about those trends? Do you think it's like, do you think that's fashion, or you think that's more just like strictly what it is, like a trend that's gonna die down soon, or you think that's gonna be something that people are gonna eventually like embed into their daily swagger?
They always die. I mean, there's always been different eras of fashion. Some of them come back, like Bookhansies was a thing in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and it's coming back now.
Sure has.
Yeah, and they hard. I don't. Well, for one, I don't have the money to get what I really want to wear. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's valid. Like, as a 17-year-old, no job,
right? Like,
it's kind of hard to really do your thing with fashion.
We're gonna get there. So, right. This is a little like weird. But I don't like people that consider themselves fashion people when all they do is follow trends.
Right. You know that's saying? Valid though, because honestly, if you really can dress, you can pull off anything.
Now, so like if you just do fashion,
right,
but your brand it looks like any
that's
other
valid though.
Like because Kwame, like a lot of his stuff is like any other clothing brand I see out there now.
Kwame is pretty much a dude that he just dogged a whole bunch of clothing design. He was in a lot. He had a lot of backlash. Like recently. Yeah. He just like he has a brand, and like his people say his brand is very simple, but he gets on people by having a simple brand.
Yeah.
But like his style, his aesthetic is what everybody.
Which was cool at the time when it first came out. It was,
right,
it
but
was
now everybody's doing it. So I think it's time to switch it up. And I agree though. Like I think like the fashion, you really can't call yourself a fashion guru if you can't pull off like something that's different and make it look good. Yeah. Because like I think we can wear anything you want, from shirts to to jeans to shoes. Like people wear on boots. Like you can literally wear anything you want, but it's almost like how you style it, how you feel, like how you can rock it. Like
if you really care about it for real, like
right. And because some people just throw stuff on and walk out of the house and they good. They don't care what nobody got to say. They don't care about how I'm looking, the color coordination. They don't really care about stuff like that. But like when you really can put on, like if I can go grab out of my closet a pair of like black leather boots with some jeans on and like an oversized t-shirt and like you be like, hold on, that looks good on him. Right. I think like when people are able to say like, dang, that's only something that he can pull off. Yeah, I think you won. Yeah, because it just makes sense. Like if like how we say Gio's probably like that orange, I couldn't do it. Like that's how I know like okay, Gio can dress a little bit. But like seeing some styles where it's like oh he rocking that, but he kind of got it on too. So it doesn't really make you stand out. And I think like with fashion, like you want to stand out. Like you want to be authentically you because that's the whole point of the fashion. Yeah. Like
a lot of the stuff now just lacks creativity. That's right. What I'm gonna say.
So if you can create a brand, we're gonna say let's just use shirts. We're gonna do shirts and jeans. Mm-hmm. What would your shirts look like? Starting with the shirts, what would your shirts look like?
I'm more of a lot of the clothes or like the brands that are making now to me look more like merchandise because they have their logo. You know, right. I'm more into pieces with a certain jacket looks like a one-of-one piece. Like that's not something that I can just copy and just make for everybody. You know, I'm into like.
So you would do more.
So you see in a fashion show.
So you would like when you say that, like if you had a brand, would it be like mass production of the same shirt, or would it be like okay, I'm looking at this artist or look at this person, and like I'm a Bill Campbell shirt.
It'd be a piece. Yeah, it'd be a piece like
right.
Like recently, shout out R.I.P. Virgil Abloh. He was a big creator of Louis Vuitton. He's a very big inspiration in me and not people don't know, but in men's fashion. He started a lot in men's fashion. Also Pharrell Williams. But they have a lot of one-of-one pieces that
really that you only gonna see one time,
right?
And they gonna rock it one time. You ain't never gonna see nobody else with it.
That doesn't where it stops. They make more clothes, right? You know, they make more ideas. You have so many more ideas.
So you were making, like you said, if you were making shirts, it wouldn't be like mass production of like Gio's, Gio's lounge or Gio's, aesthetic. Like it would be more of like a piece by piece, like really show some love to these pieces.
Exactly.
Have people buying them. So what about the pants? Like what would your pants look like? If you had to go and make like a style of pants, would you kind of go like, boot cut pants? Would you do biker pants, cargo pants? Like what would you kind of focus on? Or would it be the same as the shirts?
Same as everything. Right. It's clothes in general. I might have some ideas that might fail. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
As long as, it doesn't matter as long as like I like you. I'm confident what I'm making. But yeah, I don't think I'd make a certain type of pants. It's all just gonna be a one-of-one type of piece. And I put my love and creativity to it.
So put us on some game. Like, where you like if you had the money, like you say you don't got the money right now, right now, heavy on right now because it's coming. Right. Trust me. But like, if you just had all the money in the world, like what places are you thinking you would kind of be comfortable at to go shopping and like really go find Gio in that store? Like where would you go?
Honestly, I love Louis Vuitton. I like a lot of Louis Vuitton stuff. Now that also Tyler the Creator is a new creator for Louis Vuitton.
His styles be nice too.
His stuff. Issey Miyake, Mason Margiela, a whole lot of stuff. But I think if I had the money.
When we get the money, when we get the money,
I'll be able to make my clothes. I'll finally be able to put my.
So you wouldn't even really go to like a store and like go buy.
Something I really see that I really like. Right. Like I wouldn't go out of my way to go to the store. Well, maybe here and there. But like you would really prioritize like you said, like one-on-one. Like I'm making this piece for me. So like saying that, like, are you into like the sewing? The behind the scenes of the shirt. I don't have one yet, but I really want to learn
how to sew. Mm-hmm. But like that's kind of what you would do. Like you would kind of make your own stuff, sew, cut, put back together.
Like if someone come
repair, stuff like
if
that.
someone come up to me and ask me where you get that from, I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's hard.
Yeah, that's hard. And I think also like being able to say that, you almost can like pinpoint your style because you're making it. Like when you go to the store, you kind of see you go to the the mall, whatever. You going through shirts, and it's kind of like I see this shirt kind of cool. but you wish it had this, or you wish it had like an extra
I
color
do that
on
a lot.
it. Like,
Yeah, I do that.
I do too.
Lot,
So it's like for myself, like when I go get graphic tees, I'm like, man, I wish it didn't have this extra stuff. I wish it was just the, you know, the back logo or whatever. So it's like when you can create a piece and make it like yours, like that's low key probably. That's gonna give you a whole different like energy just wearing it, because you know you made it and you can add whatever you would like to add it to it. It don't gotta be like, you know, oh, I gotta go because the store made it like this. You can go in and add. You want to add a cross to it. You want to add, you know, bedazzle to, like whatever you want to do to it. You can make it yours. So what I'm hearing is like, do you think like you're a very just like, what's the word? So you mentioned photography. Photography is like subjective. You know, fashion subjective.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like you're one of those people where it's just like, you want to just be you in whatever realm you want to, you know, whatever. Like,
and I think it's a little hard now.
Right.
A lot of adults now tell you need to act a certain way to get a job, and in certain ways it's easier to. Right. But that's just not how I don't want to live my life trying to like proceed to be another person. I've never always. I just don't want to. It's very uncomfortable.
Right. Because you want to be you.
Yeah.
And you want you want the world to accept you as you, like not trying to hide behind, you know, clothing or brand, like whatever it is. You want them to just, you know, accept you as
exactly. You. And by showing that and being able to be successful by being yourself, I want to teach other people that you can be yourself.
Exactly. Like I agree with that, and it's almost like that's kind of what I want to go to teaching. Like growing up in A-Leaf, you know, and I'm originally from Louisiana, but like growing up in A-Leaf, like, and I've been here so long, I see oftentimes like you just caught up with like, oh, he got to do sport, oh, he got to do this, like. Sports is almost like has a chokehold in a lot of different communities where it's like that's the only way out. But I think like when you can just be yourself, you don't feel the need to be so attracted to sports because you can feel like you can go do it a different way. Like you can be yourself doing photography, you can be yourself doing sports, you can be yourself teaching, you can be yourself, you know, in like whatever it is. And I think people a lot of times like oversee certain jobs or occupations because it's like, oh well, the world doesn't need a fashion designer.
Right.
Not necessarily like, yeah, there's fashion designers in the world, but it's like, that's not like a super big, we need doctors and lawyers, but I feel like that's not what you want to do. Why are you doing it?
Right.
And so that kind of just goes back to like what he said. Like,
you only live one life, dog.
True. Like, and so it's no need to try to go through life and have this facade of like who you are because of what the world wants you to be. Like, go out there and live your life, you know, do what you want to do. Of course, everything you do may not work. You're gonna fail. You're gonna take some losses. You can take some wins.
But I mean, excuses, bro. Like,
right, like that's bad. Like if y'all seen this, like if you don't take anything else away from this video, like take the idea of, you know, when you go out and do something, you have a goal set in mind. Whether you fail, whether you know succeed, like whatever it is, I want to have pride in what you do. Mm-hmm. Like have pride in what you're doing, because you don't want to be grinding for a goal behind closed doors, but then when you get out in the world, you're scared to like let that shine through you. So have pride in what you're doing, whether that's photography, whether that's artwork, whether that's you want to create a book for kids, like whatever it is, like grind 100%, inside, outside, underground, on top of the roof, like wherever you at, like put that 110% in because it's going to show. And when you take pride in work, it's going to give you a different feeling, and like people won't be able to shut it out. They won't be able to say anything to you because you know you're doing it for yourself, and like that's a super important thing to just be yourself at all times. Yeah. So I kind of just talking to you a little bit. I kind of always known this about you, but I kind of see it a little bit more now, where it's like you're always just yourself. Like it's never like just to give y'all a little story. One time, we had went to this little like sneaker ball, super like, if you don't know, sneaker ball is basically dressed up, suit tie, whatever, and you put some shoes on, whatever. And Gio just showed up in something that was completely different than what was at. But I mean, he rocked it though. Like everybody had on like dress shirts and like Jordans or like whatever shoes, and here comes Gio walking through the door. I think he had on some brown corduroy pants with a blue light jacket. I think he had your docs on, some docs, and just walked through the door. And like it was like, oh, there goes Gio. But I mean, it was him though, like, and that's the beauty of life. Like, there's ways where you can be yourself and let yourself shine through without seeming like you're doing something wrong, because honestly, it happens like that sometimes. Like people kind of take what you're doing and like, wow, you maybe shouldn't be acting like they shouldn't be doing this because the world and this and that. But I think like be yourself, like, because the end of the day, that's all you got. If you don't do anything else, you can always count on yourself to be you. Like, don't let that go over your head. Like, if you don't do anything else, you can always count on yourself to be you. People may not believe in you. People may, downplay your goal, whatever it is. People may say, don't do it. You shouldn't do it. You're not capable of it. But I mean, you can always be yourself. And I think that's important to like lay that message. That's honestly like why I want to go into teaching, because I want to teach kids like, bro, yes, you're good at football, but what else? Like, don't just fit into the stereotype of sports or just like this what's laid out for you. Jump outside the box and be comfortable outside the box, because people will jump out there, people will get out there in the water, jump outside the box, but then it's like they'll pull back. So like, you don't jump out there and be comfortable out there. Learn.
If you got an idea and it's something you want to do, don't say you get
right,
because like this is a great idea. This is a great example. Cam didn't have to do this. Right. Cam is athlete number one. Joining, you know what I'm saying? He has a whole lot of stuff. He didn't have to do this podcast, but he really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? This is something that he wanted to do. He wanted to talk to people, show people, and he went in first episode.
I think like it's important because like and even for myself, like I know like I get it. It's hard to kind of do something different and be something, do something different, because it's like there's a foundation. There's like there's like the back of your mind. What if it doesn't work? What if people don't like it? What if this? But I mean, I think do it, enjoy it, and then the outcome, whether good or bad, like you can say you did it and you had fun with it. I mean, that's life. You're gonna win, you're gonna lose, but like taking pride, doing your own thing, having fun with what you're doing. Like I think that's unbeatable, because at the end of the day, you're gonna judge yourself, and where the world is gonna judge yourself. So as long as you doing what you want to do, and obviously you're doing it in the right way, like I don't really think it matters what you're doing. Just make sure you're doing it, you staying consistent to it, staying true to it. I mean,
I have a question. We were talking about the podcast and how this is the first episode. So I want to know why you named it Better Said Than Read.
Better Said Than Read. So there's a lot of ways I can go with this, honestly. But the reason I went with Better Said Than Read is because so growing up, like I've always heard the sayings like, when you get certain text messages, when you read them through a phone, you're like, what if this happened? What if this happened? What if this happened? For instance, somebody can say, call me quick, it's urgent. You're going to be like, you're going to read it, you may think, what happened to my mom? What happened to my dad? Or somebody in trouble? Is something positive happened? It's a surprise. Like, you may have 1,000 thoughts per minute.
Like you read it in the tone.
Because all you gonna do is just read that text. Like you don't know what it's saying. Like all you have is to read it. So
like a simple okay, you can take it
right.
as
For instance, like somebody you can express your whole feelings and somebody be like, okay, and that okay can be taken as okay, I don't care, okay, I understand, okay, maybe leave me alone. Like there's so many ways that okay can be interpreted. And I think like the reason I wanted to start this podcast is because I want to just focus on in-person conversations. I feel like since COVID, truthfully, we've truly just lost that.
Yeah.
Like everything is digital, everything is online, everything is email me, text me, or add me on Instagram, text me on Instagram. Like everything is so online. I think I just want to bring back like the face-to-face feeling, because the conversation we're having right now, the way you feel about a topic is going to show. So if you say, okay, Cam, you're not like right now. If you say, okay, Cam, I understand. I can play in my mind and be like, okay, like he do understand. He's not just saying it just to try to give me to be quiet or get me out the phone, whatever it is. When you get those text messages, you don't know what they mean by it. You don't know what they're saying. Like you don't know if it's bad, if it's good, if it's okay. Like you just okay can make you turn in different ways. So the reason I started this, like I said, is just to focus on those like face-to-face conversations, because you can hide behind the screen, but you can't hide right here.
Right.
So whatever we're talking about, your passion is going to shine through. Your the tone's going to shine. Like whatever, like the way you, for instance, when I asked you about photography, like the way you kind of just lit up. Like I can actually like, Gio, what you want to do next year? You can text me photography, and it could just be a text.
Right.
And
yeah.
You can be behind the screen
really
like, yeah, man, I love photography. I really want to do this. Is this, and I can't even see that. I can't experience that joy with you. But right here, I'm actually by photography, and I see the way your whole demeanor change. You kind of like, I want to do this. I want to get into this filmmaking and this and this and this. And I think it just shows, and it just feels good. Like a face-to-face conversation just feels good.
Yeah. Especially
when everything's been behind the screen for so long. Like So that's really why I started. It's like, this being the first episode, like I just said, like, you know what? Get out there and, you know, get it. Do it with one of my friends. I can be a little bit comfortable. But like, I'm gonna have some bigger people on this, on this platform. Like, trust and believe. And if y'all interested, like, I'm open to anybody. Like, anybody. You know, you teach, if you know you a bodybuilder, like whatever it is, you can come kick it with me. We can talk however long you want to talk for. We can get on this podcast and just go, because I love talking. I just love being like I said, those conversations, they just bring a lot. And I think like when they're face to face, it's worth the while, and it just means so much more just hearing that, like, here. And so kind of just wrap it up. I want to know like two things. For one, and this may go a little off, because I know how this question can get for a lot of people. But like, what I want to do for, you know, people that come on my show, I want to ask you these two questions. And the first question is, at the age you are right now, what would you say to your younger self? What would you tell that young Gio, you know, going through whatever you were going through at the time? Like, what would you say to know that like better days are coming and things will get better?
It might be a little deep, but don't do it. Don't do it. I did a lot of questionable things when I was younger.
I make some mistakes.
Yeah. And I wasn't the happiest kid. I had, everybody got their story, you know.
Right.
But don't do it, I think, would be the greatest, because I was just down for anything. Whatever we doing, I mean, I'm down.
Right.
But
don't do it.
If I had,
that's deep for real. When you think about it, like, telling your young self to don't do it probably prevent you from making 1,000 mistakes that you made that you really could have, you know, not that could have not happened. Like, for instance, like, you know, some things are going to happen. You're going to break a glass in your mom's house when you're running and playing. Like, you're going to drop something on the ground. It's going to crack. You're going to waste the milk on the floor. You got to clean it up. But, like,
I also think everything happened for a reason, though. I feel like if I didn't do what I did, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
Right. So it's definitely, but it's a good medium. I like that. I like that. Don't do it. It has a, you know, like, it's subtle, but it has a punch to it. Yeah. And so the next question I want to ask is kind of to, you know, to really just wrap it up is, what do you want people to remember you? Like, how do you want people to remember you? And like, what do you want to tell people right now that they can, like, you know, take and run with and use for advice?
Well, for one, I want people to view me as not an icon, but someone you can look up to, like an inspiration. Like, hopefully, I die knowing that some little kid said, I want to be like him one day. But like this is cool. I might do the same. Why am I'm gonna be the inspiration for one of the biggest brands ever? You know? But I want people to, the first step to what you want to do is just to do it. Like, get up and do it. Like, it's the hardest step ever. And that's something I struggle with sometimes. Like, soon enough, I have to start making music, because I also love music. I'm starting to work out, because, you know, football season also coming up. And
getting in the gym, getting
swole. We didn't even talk about that, but
hey, listen,
we've
been locked in, man. Like, the gym behind the scenes, just everything, like, it just balancing. But yeah, I mean, I think I agree with that. You know, telling people just get up and do it.
Like, you won't know how, like, if you're so scared of failing, like, you'll never know if you don't try. Like
because you may wake up and, like you said, just do it, and you may be the greatest ever. Like, you
miss 100% of the shots you don't shoot.
100%. And that's not, like, I know that gets repetitive. People always say that, but like, that's true.
It's real. It's
like,
real.
Honestly, like, I agree. Like, the hardest stuff is getting up and just do it. Like, the hardest stuff for me is like, I got all the equipment for the podcast, got all of the light and the mic and everything like that. Hardest thing for me to do is like, let me get up, let me just do it.
Get up off your phone
and see what happens.
Get off TikTok.
And see what happens. Because I can watch 1,000 videos, how to make a podcast, or how to make sure the lighting's right in the podcast. But honestly, like, this first video may not be what I want it to be, but I know it's gonna be out there, and I know I can grow from this. And so, man,
it's something to look back at
for sure. So, y'all, honestly, like, it's been a great time talking to my guys. Like, always, man. Like, we always have these conversations off camera, and I think it's really special to let y'all in, let y'all hear them. Now, so yeah, I think, you know, first episode of Better Set Than Read is finally in the books. It feels good. I feel good. I feel great. And so honestly, like, you know, let me know what y'all want to see. Like, let me know who y'all want to see. If y'all want to see, you know, maybe a little bit more. If y'all want to do some over the call stuff, like however y'all want to go about it. I'm open to any ideas, truthfully. And people y'all want me to interview, like when I post this video, I kind of take a little poll, see who y'all want me to get on the mic with, and you know, we can probably try and set it up. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna have Barack sitting right here on my sofa, but soon he might be here. Give me a few years, he gonna be sitting right here. You know, and so yeah, I mean, let me know who y'all want to see. Teachers, anybody. Honestly, I guess I'm open to anybody. Yeah, so better safe than read. Gio, my guy, I appreciate you coming out. You know, per usual, I appreciate you coming out, my guy.
Not the last time y'all see me.
Nah, for sure not. You know, this me and this guy gonna have a lifelong of memories and friendship with just a whole bunch of stuff. Sure. Yeah, but thank y'all for tuning in with me. Like I said, it's the first episode of Better Said Than Read, and I'm excited for what's next.